Oh, man.
They're on, okay,
Uh,
they weren't on,
hello.
they're on now, okay, thank you.
Testing. We live? Okay, we good.
Not you.
Not you, though. Oh, push your button now. Push your... Testing.
Oh, here it is, I got it. Good afternoon, good evening, welcome to the Community Redevelopment Agency regular meeting. Today is September 10th, the time is 7:32. Madam Clerk?
Chair Lanier,
Here.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Present.
Commissioner Guyton,
Here.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Here.
Commissioner Davis Panir,
Here.
also present on the dais, Mayor Douglas Lawson, Attorney Chris Smith with Pittman Law Group, Jadel Mercius, Executive Director, Anita Jenkins, Director of Neighborhood Services, Shirley Desir, Interim CRA Clerk.
Thank you. We would like to have a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by our mayor.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Staff, do we have any additions, deletions, or substitutions for the agenda this evening?
Chair,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if this is an addition or what. We had, was it 1851? The unsolicited proposal was on the last agenda and then it was taken off the agenda.
Right.
Can we put it back on the agenda? Is there a reason we took it off last time? We've been waiting a long time for this project.
We can't put it back on tonight, but we can certainly, for the next meeting.
Can we- I would request that we have it on for the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other disclosures by staff or council with the items that are listed on this agenda this evening? Hearing none, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda? So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Davis Panir.
Yes.
Commissioner Guyton,
Here.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes.
That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. We are at our consent agenda, which is routine board business. The consent agenda is approved by a single majority vote. Items may be removed for open discussion at the request of any of the Riviera Beach Community Redevelopment Agency commissioners. Anyone wants to pull anything from our consent agenda? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Davis Panir.
Yes.
Commissioner Guyton,
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes.
That vote passes 5-0.
Thank you. We are at the presentations part. Madam Clerk?
Presentation of the fiscal year 2024 RBCRA and RBCDE financial audit. The acceptance of public comment cards are now closed. Madam Chair, we have no comment cards.
Thank you. Mr. Mercius?
Good evening, all.
Good
Jadel
evening.
Merzius, Executive Director of the CRA. I'd like to introduce representative from HCT, which will present our financial audit that will present us in good standing. Thank you.
Is he via phone?
Virtual, yes.
Okay.
He's via phone, yes.
Mr. Harvey?
Yes, Mr. Harvey.
Mr. Harvey? Can he hear us? Mr. Harvey? I just sent him a message. Get Mr. Harvey on the phone. We're gonna move on to the next item, which is a
Fine.
discussion. So let us start with that, and then we can get it set up for the other presentation. Mr. Mercius, go ahead with that
Madam Chair?
discussion. I'm sorry.
He's joining. He's
on
on.
Mr. Harvey?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead and get started with the presentation, please, sir.
Yes, ma'am. No problem. I am going to start with the CRA. You already should have in your packets the presentation that we put together. We are going to report. We are reporting to you. We have performed our audit. We have issued an unqualified opinion for those audit periods under review. We have no findings as relates to the audit results, anything that has a MLC or a negative impact. And so we are complete, we have remitted, and the CRA audit opinion is unqualified or good. Moving to the CDE presentation is the same. We have performed our audit of the CDE as a standalone organization. We performed those audits. All audit reports are complete. We issued an unqualified or clean audit opinion. We have no findings, no issues to report regarding the CDE audit. And so, Madam Chair, in an effort for brevity, we will ask any questions, but we wanted to move this item along a little more expeditiously unless there's questions regarding the CRA or the CDE audit, in particular by board members.
Are there any questions for Mr. Harvey in regards to this? I think that at our next meeting, Mr. Harvey, you're gonna actually explain this as well to the audit committee. And
Okay, no
so,
problem. Yes, ma'am.
sir, I let them know that you're gonna be at the audit committee for the next meeting to discuss this and the city's audit.
No problem.
Any questions for Mr. Harvey?
Madam Chair, one quick question.
Sure.
Mr. Harvey, you referred to an acronym CDE. What does that acronym stand for?
The CDE is a good question. It is the event center, the Community Development Event Center.
Okay.
It is a subsidiary of the CRA.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
CDE audited financials. What is the total balance in the CDE fund? Director Mercius?
Chair,
Sir,
Let's go ahead.
can you repeat that question, please, sir?
what is the total balance in the CDE budget?
I will need to get back with you on that.
Can I jump in, please?
Go ahead, Mr. Harvey. Hold on.
Yes, just in the effort to expedite it. The revenues for the CDE are zero. It doesn't have any more continuing. It did have expenses that total a little over 23,000 for the 24 year.
What was the starting balance? I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
What was the starting balance?
Oh, you're talking about from a cash perspective?
Yes, sir.
From a cash, I'm not sure the
I'm
starting
looking at-
balance. I could get back to you. Let me scroll through, but if I don't find it quickly, I will get back to you via email.
So the one that's listed in the report, statements of financial position, it has 246,899 for 2023 and 274,377 for 2024. Is that it, Mr. Harvey?
I'm getting that I'm getting it now, switching over to the CDE report now. But if you
Oh,
read
I
it from there.
see. Yes.
Yes, the cash balance, you hit it right on the head, 246,000 for 23 for the year ended 2024, 274,377.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Last I remember the CDE, this balance was about 1.2 million because this was for renovations for our marina. This was supposed to be part of the payment to build out and the funds that we needed. So I'm trying to figure out how did we get down to 274,000 from 1.3 million from the last time I saw this?
The last couple years, and I may need a little help from staff, the CRA CDE, hasn't received any new revenue. It's just been expending out. It is kind of in a wrap-up phase.
Okay, so it's just been expenditures from this account for the last few years.
That's what we have noted. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Any other questions for our external auditor? Thank you, sir, for that presentation. We look forward to seeing you at the audit committee next month.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, and we will be there. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. The next item, Mr. Mercius? Sorry, Madam Clerk.
Madam Chair, would you please repeat that?
What is the next item?
Item 6A is the discussion item, issuance of RFP for the design and development of commercial buildings with parking and business incubator spaces, site location 100 and 200 West Blue Heron Boulevard, Revere Beach, Florida 33404. The acceptance of public comment cards are now closed. Madam Chair, we have no comment cards.
Very good. Mr. Mercius, you want to give us an outline of this?
Thank you, Chair. If you all remember in 2018, the CRA took a look at this specific area, 100, 200 Blue Heron space as an opportunity to maximize the CRA for a mixed use development project. I'd like to bring this specific same project, which we characterize as the Blue Lagoon project. I'd like to bring this back as a development opportunity for our CRA, and I'd like to have the board opine on where see fit on either a traditional RFP solicitation or any other venture to invite new developers for this space. In the spirit of business retention, business recruitment, I am looking to design this space, this 100, 200 block, and emulate what the Sticks properties that the West Palm Beach CRA has done with the Sticks properties, along with other CRAs and municipalities when it comes to development through P3 combinations.
Sure.
Let me ask one question. This is the project, Blue Lagoon. This is the project with that was associated with Tony Subs?
Chair?
Yes.
Yes, it is. This
Okay.
is, yes.
Okay, all right. And now I know what this is. Go ahead, sir.
Chair, so you and I are on the same page. I was just going to make sure that the previous person that was working on this project is going to have an opportunity to be on this project. This is a local person, a local family that's been in business in the city for a long time. They were involved in this project in the very beginning. Certain things happened. That these people sold the building that they were in, that they were operating with the expectation of coming to this new site. Things didn't happen the way everybody planned, and hopefully we can make amends and make this happen and help the local people.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
We are looking to reach out to his establishment, Mr. Steele. We would like to start a clean slate using this program as a model, and we would like to work exclusively with the Steele family into this project. And when I say exclusively work with him, allowing him the opportunity to go into a space, he would receive first preference. So I'd like to put that on the record.
All right, that'd be great. Thank you.
All right, very good. So are we in agreement to move forward with the RFP for this project, board?
Yeah.
Yes, all right, very good. That's
Chair,
the
as we
direction.
move forward, we'll
Yes.
continue to go ahead and give updates and where we are with the project, what the plans look like, and things of that nature. Thank you.
Just bring it back to us once you come up with the RFP and some plans of what this looks like.
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 7A, resolution number 2025-19, adopting the financial budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 for the Revere Beach CRA. The acceptance of public comment cards are now closed. Madam Chair, we have no comment cards.
Madam Chair,
Can I get a motion to approve?
but before we do the motion, there was an outstanding issue about whether the mayor could participate and be reimbursed. We got an opinion from our attorney late this afternoon, and I would like to put a motion on the floor before we discuss the budget regarding
I'll second that motion.
participation.
Wait a minute, back up now.
So move. I mean, we can have a discussion after we.
Okay, so this is for, what's, give her the motion, because she's looking like she needs to write what the motion is.
Oh, it's.
Madam Chair,
Yeah,
first you have to move to get into the item. You haven't done that yet.
but that's what I was doing.
Okay.
And then this man over here was
All right.
stopping me.
I just misunderstood.
All
Okay.
right, very good. The motion is on the floor.
So move.
Second. All right, we're in the discussion phase, so Mr. Commissioner
Yes,
Guy.
well,
Commissioner
But
Guy.
now,
Or did we just do?
actually, I had a motion to include the mayor, so we made a motion for the budget. That's why it had me
Yes,
confused.
now we're in the budget phase, so you can do a motion
An
towards the
amendment to
budget.
the motion, is that what you're saying?
Excuse me, yeah, ma'am? We're discussing the item now. So
Right.
we're discussing the item. The councilperson has a motion regarding the budget. That'll be proper at this point.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
So what,
Yes. You
does
can,
this motion,
yes, you can make your motion now.
okay. I'm making a motion,
But wait a minute, hold on,
what
sir.
I'm about to explain.
Yeah, this is not sounding right to me, because if
Me
there's a
either.
motion, there's a motion on the floor and it
Yeah.
was seconded. We have to dispose of this motion first.
Can we talk about the motion? Is that what I just-
Chair,
About this,
I think this is an amendment to the budget.
that's what I'm saying, amendment,
That's
right?
what this is.
Exactly. So when we get to the end of this discussion, then you can add your amendment. You see what I mean?
How do
Okay,
you want to do it, Mr. Chair? Let's
all right,
roll.
very good. Let's get into this, Mr. Mercius, the budget.
Okay. So yesterday we presented a budget workshop for you all to view and discuss specific financials or our fiscal impacts for the next upcoming fiscal year, 25-26. You all provided feedback, and we took into feedback, and we concentrated solely on the feedback today to present to you all. I want to give a rundown of the feedback and where we are with each of those items. The Singer Island taxable amount, that was Commissioner Spirit is asking specifically for a breakdown, a TIF breakdown of what comes out of the Singer Island area within the CRA. We have those numbers from Palm Beach County, and we're getting ready to share them with you all via email. We'll send that to you by tomorrow. The promotional account for board, that is a memorandum that we have placed on in front of you all for review for the promotional account breakdown.
You did?
Yes.
It's on the state, right
Where is it?
on the stack.
Okay, good. Keep going, Mr. Mercer.
But there's an email just sent to.
I read the email. So let me close it out.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Mercier.
In terms of the COLA cost of living, we also included that in the memorandum for your review. We've placed the COLA with the percentage or the fiscal exercise of the 3%, 4%, 5%, and 6% for your review.
Okay,
No, that's the motion.
so those were the issues that we discussed last night, right?
Right. The trolley program grant. Now, with the trolley program grant, the question was determining if we can leverage specific dollars to receive specific trolley program grants or any type of transportation grants throughout the state or federal grants that we would qualify for. We are reaching out to our contacts with FDOT, throughout the state, and we're reaching out. As I stated yesterday, we did apply for an FDOT District 4 grant, and we await the judgment for that. We hope that we gain that grant. So we're moving forward with that. The breakdown of the Lakeview Park and Park Manor, as you all know, the $200,000 was allocated for Lakeview Park. We are now allocating $100,000 or up to $100,000 for the Park Manor area. Now, if you all remember, as I stated earlier, that specific line item with Park Manor, we'd like to go ahead and at least review that area and see what we can do first, and then move forward before we spend any dollars. So as we go ahead and move along with the progress, we will update you all on what our findings will be with that Park Manor area. But we have allocated $100,000 for that line item. We are working on a Renaissance increase, but we want to make sure that with that Renaissance increase, we have enough not only for the upcoming homes that we have within our housing index right now, but we want to make sure that we have enough for the housing index in the future. As you all know, we have specific projects that are along the pipeline, and we want to make sure that we're ready. So we have a plan, and we're ready to present that plan to you all in terms of those dollars and where those dollars will be going. The Singer Island welcome sign, we of course will include that in our wayfinding master plan as well.
There is a sign of military.
North? I mean, south. Oh, it is?
Chair, are we open for questions to the,
Do we have any comment cards, for this item?
Madam Chair, we have no comment cards.
Okay, so questions.
okay,
Go ahead.
Okay, Chair.
Dr. Spears, go ahead.
Director Merzius, we discussed yesterday, Villa Lawns, and I went and I looked at the minutes. Thank you for sending me the minutes, from the meeting when we approved, the funding for this project. And I looked at the minutes, and the minutes said that, we were requested, there was $1 million put aside for that project for phase one. There was a request, from your staff for us, well, it was the interim director at the time, for us to take the money that we were proposing to put into phase two, to add that into phase one, which gave us that $2.3 million that went into phase one. And we were told that the good news was that the funding for the rest of the project was in place. So I'm questioning, why are we putting in an additional $2 million now if the funding for the balance of that project was in place?
Chair?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
For that specific project, I believe that item that you're referring to on January 8th, that was for the Villa Lawns Phase 1. The money that we are seeking now within our budget is for Villa Lawns Phase 2A.
Chair?
Yes, go
Now,
ahead.
if you read the minutes specifically said that there was $1 million for phase one, and they were requesting that we take the money for phase two and add it to phase one to jumpstart the project, and that there was money available, for the funding of the project. The balance of the project was funded. So now I'm asking, we already put phase one and phase two into phase one, and now we're asking for an additional $2 million for phase two. So that isn't really what was requested and what we approved originally.
Madam Chair, I know Dr. Spiritus has the floor, but he's referring to minutes that he said he's read. Did you bring us a copy of them so that we can have?
I received those minutes today from, the staff.
Yeah, but
So we can get,
did you-
hopefully, I can get them to you, but the
Yeah, because I
staff,
don't know what you're referring to at all.
it was the first meeting,
No, I remember the meeting, but
actually,
I
it
don't
was-
remember
yeah.
everything that happened, yeah.
I'll get you the minutes. But, so my question is, what really transpired there? We approved 1 million for phase one. We put in the additional 1.3 as you requested from phase two into phase one to jumpstart phase one, and we were told the financing was in place for the entire project. And that clearly isn't the case. We're being asked to give an additional 2 million now for phase two.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
So you're looking to see what exactly transpired between phase one to phase two and why that request is, are we having a request of $2 million essentially?
Right.
Okay.
Could you bring it back to us?
Through Ms. Jenkins, I'll ask Ms. Jenkins to opine on that if she can, please. Thank you.
Madam Chair, Anita Jenkins, Director of Neighborhood Services. We have always been transparent about how the project would start. Villa Lawns is one project. We started with the first 12 units, and the initial allocation several years ago with the 1 million was for the first 12 units, but Villa Lawns is one project. The additional money was needed to fill the gap for the first 12 units. And the comment, which I don't have the minutes in front of me, but I will say that that was referring to the funding for the first 12 units. And Commissioner, Dr. Spiritus, you were at the groundbreaking where we announced that we had closed on the project and it is under construction.
Madam Chair?
We never elocuted that the dollars would pay for 81 units. It was for the first 12 units,
Okay,
which are under construction.
Okay, Chair.
Go ahead.
So I can read, I'm reading from the minutes, and this is you. And we are asking that the dollars from phase two element in the capital budget be moved to phase one to allow us to start. I'm very happy to report that we have the financing commitment for the balance of the construction funds.
For the,
So you,
for the
so,
12 units.
so then I assumed at that time that you were talking about phase one and phase two, that you just needed this to get the financing for the entire project. But now now I guess I misunderstood and you were just talking about phase one. You weren't talking about phase one and phase two. I mean, there was some, Councilman McCoy was asking about the money coming back after you sold the units to go back into phase two. Is that still a plan? Or I guess it's not a plan because you're asking for 2 million right now.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Spiritus, I'm not sure I understand the question, and I'm at a disadvantage. I don't have the minutes in front of me, and I don't want to misspeak. The dollars that were allocated were for the first 12 units. Villa La'Anz is one project.
But phase one, I understand that, but I read to you that you said that you were asking for the phase two money to be put into the phase one to jumpstart the project, and you said the balance of the financing was in place. I'm just trying to get this straight. Now, I know there was conversation, if you go through the minutes there, where Councilman McCoy was asking you whether that money was going to be recaptured when the units were sold and go back into phase two. And I think that we thought that was going to happen, but that's not what's going to happen. You're just asking us for an additional $2 million to go into phase two.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I don't believe the conversation went like that because if I recall, Commissioner McCoy at the time made a point that he did not expect any dollars to be left over after the construction of phase one.
All right, since we don't have the minutes.
It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get it straight right now.
Yeah.
Phase one and phase two money, that was the 2.3 million. We're not getting that money back. You were asking for an additional 2 million. So we're putting $4.3 million into 24 units.
Okay.
Correct? Is that correct? I would just recommend, and I said this yesterday, and I don't mean this to be mean-spirited. I just think that we have an obligation to save money when we can, and I would just recommend that the CDC in the future and the CRA put an RFP out on projects like this and bring in a public-private partnership so that we can free up these monies for other needed programs and projects.
Okay. I agree with that. I agree with the fact that moving forward, I mean, anything that happens that's supposed to be over 25,000 is supposed to come before the board and an RFP anyway. So,
Right, Chair. And speaking of the RFP, I read the CDC. I gave each member here a copy of the CDC's procurement procedures, and you'll see that in large projects, they really should have gone out to bid. Should have been an open bid out on the street. I don't believe the CDC did that. I think they chose a different option that was really, I think, meant for smaller projects. This was a large project that we were supposed to do. I mean, you can read it yourself. It's highlighted here.
yeah, we have it. We have the policy.
We have it.
Request written competitive responses through formal request for proposal procedure. For large purchases and contracts, the executive director and his or designee may solicit competitive bids with competitive responses, through a formal written request for proposal procedures. Bids will remain sealed until the opening time designated in a request for proposals. All request for proposals shall contain the phase equal opportunity. But the most important part is that employees will conduct all procurement transactions in a manner that maximizes free and open competition.
Madam Chair,
Right, and it also says that the executive director or his or her designee may solicit.
Right, it's all made, but clearly, the intent here, which is in the very beginning of number 2, is employees will conduct all procurement transactions in a manner that maximizes free and open competition.
Madam Chair,
Gotcha, go ahead, sir. Are you finished?
I'm finished, thank you.
All right, go ahead.
for the other items that we asked him to bring back, I'm sorry, Mr. Mercy is the executive director to bring back. I see that the COLA for 6%, it would be under $100,000 for all of the employees. And at the time of inflation, and everybody knows how all of the escalation of prices are, I think it would be beneficial for us to assist our employees at least this one time with the 6% as opposed to a 3%.
Okay. Any other comments about this budget? Or any comments on either of these issues?
Sure. I do have one other comment before
Okay,
we move on and vote, or you're not
Yeah,
getting
no,
ready
we're
to
not gonna
vote,
vote
right?
right
You have
now.
time?
Yeah, we got it. So he has the issue with the COLA, he has the issue with the Villa La'ans. Are there any other issues that we want to discuss before we call this vote?
Well, I would like to make sure that the COLA is included, the increase to 6% is included in the budget. How would we do that, Mr. Attorney?
That the COLA is included in the budget?
An increase in the COLA from 3%, which exists now, to 6%.
Would you put that in the budget?
No, it's 3% now. We would like to increase it. What is the procedure?
It's already budgeted for, sir.
6%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Just for clarity, Director Mercius, it was budgeted for 3%, and then Commissioner Guyton asked last night for the cost differential, which you provided to us. In this budget that they're about to vote on, did you increase it to the 6%? I don't believe so, because I think you needed the direction of the board first, because you had budgeted for 3% previously. So unless in this budget I'm looking at, you guys changed it, it was originally, the salaries were only 3%. So just for clarity's sake, I want to make sure, board, as Commissioner Guyton stated, these items need to be approved by the board. We need to make sure that he goes back to change it, and then with the changes we're requesting, that's what we'll be voting on. So hopefully.
Or could we include it now, and then they just change the budget to indicate
Yeah,
what we
that's
approve?
exactly. So some of the changes, so for example, this first page, the pleasure of the board was to discuss the COLA. I know Commissioner Spiritus asked in reference to the Villa La'ans. I know we asked about travel budget for a particular mayor, and I know we asked about other items. So we want to make sure the board knows what to change before we approve the budget.
Yes.
Chair,
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I would like for Shirley Desir to opine on this. Thank you, Mayor.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
based on the conversation that was held last night, staff and I did modify our budget. We increased it to 6% with the expectation that you may go to 6%, but we did increase it so that if the budget was approved tonight, then we had the allocated funds for it.
Okay. Madam Chair, as it relates to Villa on, what's the last name of it? Villa Ons. I'm not supporting any change to that. Whatever's in the budget now, I would like to keep it as it is. I don't know how the other board members feel.
I think that Dr. Spiritus concurs. He's just wanting to make sure that in the future, any projects that are within the CRA, that's basically over $25,000, needs to be RFP and come before the board.
Sounds good. And the last item is the mayor's item as it relates to establishing a line item. Mr. Attorney, there is a motion on the floor to approve the budget. How can we address this issue before the budget is approved to ensure that the mayor has a line item in this budget?
You're gonna have to, go ahead, sir, go ahead.
Madam so you do an amendment to the budget through a motion at this point?
Okay, Madam
Yes.
Chair,
All
I'd
right,
like
so
to.
let us make sure we all through with everything we got here.
Yeah.
So are we good with all the,
Madam Chair, I have
Yes,
one
go.
more item. The other item that the mayor was trying to figure out is the $900,000 for related. I asked that we get an opinion from council, whether or not council believes that the $900,000 is really owed to related based upon the agreement between the CRA and related.
Chair?
go ahead, sir.
In the lease agreement, in that amended lease agreement for element 8, there is language specifically in Article 2, Section 2 and 3. It specifically states the stipulations of that 1.5 million. That 1.5 million is reserved for construction costs for related on the back end. If you all would like to, if you would like to have a conversation more on that, I'm sorry, I would like to pass it over to Ms. Jenkins if we could have a more robust conversation if you choose to. But it is in that second amended lease for element 8.
Chair?
So, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that we already know that we spent the first 600,000 of that 1.5 million has already been spent. And we owe $900,000, I believe, is the balance that was in the agreement. And I believe that there were certain terms pertaining to the $900,000. I did speak to the previous executive directors of the CRA, and they all believe that the intent was that they're not entitled to that money right now, based on what transpired. That's their intent. That's their what they thought. And I'm just asking for the attorney to read the agreement, and understand what transpired, and give us an opinion on whether we owe that money to related or not.
So what you're asking is that, do we have to give it to them, yes or no? And is it a part of the agreement that we have to give it to them?
Right, exactly. Because if it's not, then we'll have an additional 900,000 that we can go back later on and budget somewhere else.
Is that a part of the, budget, Mr. Mercy? Is that 900,000?
The 900,000 is a part of the budget, yes.
But it's in that category of,
There's two separate line items. There's 900,000, and then there's also, I believe, an amount of approximately $600,000. 630, something around that kind of time.
so would it be prudent to move that money to something else until we can figure it out?
Well, you could leave it there now, because legally we don't know whether or not they're owed the money or not owed the money, so you could leave it in that line, and then if the attorney gives us an opinion that they're not owed the money, then we can transfer that money somewhere else.
Gotcha.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
If I can, and I thank you, Commissioner Spiritus, for giving us the opportunity to explain further this amount of where it's coming from.
Is that necessary? Is that necessary? Is it necessary?
What's
To
necessary?
explain more, to keep talking.
Yeah,
We've agreed just to move it forward and keep it there. Thank you.
Bruce, hold on.
Okay, but really,
Hold on.
really, for
No,
what?
let me hear what he,
We've agreed just to leave it
I
there.
understand. Let me hear what he's gonna say. Just let me hear what he's gonna say. Go ahead, go ahead, Mr. Mercy.
Is it necessary?
You know, this is
I
our
was-
third meeting today, so
Yeah,
you know.
right now, I understand.
Yeah.
I was just going to pass it over to Ms. Jenkins for more elaboration. That's all. That's it. That's all. But
Okay, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. So I didn't even hear that, so I don't.
So we're waiting for motion, correct, Chair, on the amending the
We're
budget?
down to the mayor's motion now,
Right.
unless there are any outstanding issues. The amendment for the mayor. The 900,000 gonna stay, the 600,000 increase.
We can't do that. It closes on Friday.
Okay, I heard that.
so, yeah, we the contention is that whether or not we can move those dollars. That's the question. And the question, to answer that question, we can't move those funds because those funds are stipulated within the contract that we cannot move those funds. Those funds are specific to
Right.
the project for element 8.
Right,
We move that, it affects the closing, it affects our
We're
bond
not moving
allocation.
those.
things
yeah,
like
we
that.
came to that conclusion that we can't move it, but we can't ask if it's something
The
that we
attorney.
don't have to give.
So we're not moving it. It's still a line item. It's designated for element 8, and the attorney gonna do some research. So we're not touching it right now. Okay.
Mr. Chair,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just want to move it because we keep going back.
I understand. And now you can't talk about everybody else now, because you get on, you get on those, you get on where you can go to now. Come on now. All right, very good. So we've got that resolved, and we're gonna have the attorney to opine on that piece. So the last piece that's outstanding is the mayor's budget, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add it as an amendment to the budget.
I'm gonna do an amended motion. And, Madam Chair, I move that the Board of Commissioners of the Riviera Beach Community Redevelopment Agency establish a budget line item authorizing reimbursement of the mayor of the city of Riviera Beach for travel and promotional expenses directly related to CRA purposes, provided such expenditures are consistent with Section 163.370 of the Florida statutes, and advance the mission of the CRA to eliminate slum and blight and further the adopted redevelopment plan. This authorization shall apply only to CRA-related activities and shall be subject to the same reimbursement procedures as apply to other CRA expenditures. I need a second.
Chair, I'll second that motion, but I'd like to just have discussion.
Okay, if there's a second on the floor, go ahead with your discussion.
Chair?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, Councilman Guyton, are we gonna put a dollar amount on this, the same as the other council members, or the other members of the board received?
Yes, that would be applicable. Mr. Attorney, could we do that?
Then they're gonna vote on this motion and then the budget. So in your motion, you would have the same amounts that is budgeted for the other commissioners.
Yes, I would amend my motion to include that the amounts authorized would be the same as the other Board of Commissioners.
Okay, and I second that.
Very good. So we're now at the full budget. Am I correct? Are we
You
doing-
have to vote on this motion.
Wait, do we have to carry that motion first and then the budget?
Have to vote. I second the motion.
All right, very good. Let's take a vote on this mayor's piece. Go ahead, Ms.
We're not doing we don't do questions yet?
Oh, you got questions? Go
I
ahead.
did have a question. I wanted to know, did the previous mayor get the same funding for
Yes,
travel and promotional?
Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
The previous mayors have been included in the budget for promotion. We're trying to find travel, but I couldn't find any codification of that. It was just something that was done within the budget. I'm sure at some point in time it was done through a motion, but I just cannot find it with the research that I've been able to do. So this is a way of just codifying it and doing it as a motion. So now there's no disagreement, or now going forward, you'll know on this date, at this time, this board said that you should do that.
Madam Chair, does it take away from the council people or?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was my question. Does it take away funding from the council or it's just additional?
No, ma'am. I think the budget will just reflect the mayor's expenses, just like it has previously done. We're
Okay.
just codifying it at this point.
Thank you.
Right, Chair?
Yes, sir.
So I believe under the city's budget, they actually intermingled the funds. Didn't they say that during our budget meeting for the city, that it included the CRA money, that it was all one lump sum, including the CRA and the cities?
That's the travel. I think So we're talking about travel and promotion, right?
That's
The
a separate
promotion
thing.
already goes to him, so that doesn't need to be included. He already gets that.
Correct.
So we're talking about just travel,
Yes.
right? And it's the same budget as the current commissioners. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, very good. Miss.
So for clarification, Chair,
Yes,
that $50,000 that we now have in that pool, we now split, it used to be split by 5, will be split by 6 now.
No,
No,
no.
we're talking about
Increase.
adding,
wait a minute.
adding
that's
so we
not
can,
what
for
we're
him to
doing.
get
And that's
what
why
we
I
get.
asked.
Wait a minute now.
No.
Madam Chair?
We would have to amend the budget.
Madam Chair?
Yes, yes,
Th-
yes,
Madam Chair?
yes, sir.
Thank you. That was the exact question that Commissioner Panera just asked.
Yeah,
The increase would be to amend the budget, which is the motion that was just made by Commissioner Guyton, to increase it, to include the mayor by 10,000. So now that would be amended to 60 versus 50. So just for clarity's sake, that was the question she asked. That was clarified. So we want to make sure we're clear for the
Chair?
record.
Chair?
so the clarification, hold on. The clarification is that if you're about to split this 6 ways, then we gonna have some problems.
Chair?
No, we're not.
Thank you for the
motion.
clarification. That's my fault. I jumped the gun.
Okay,
There's an opportunity for an amendment on the floor. My
Okay.
apologies. Sorry.
all right,
We're ready to vote, Ms. Lanier.
excellent, we got it now. All right, very good. Madam Clerk, let's go.
Please.
Commissioner Davis Panir.
Yes.
Yes. Commissioner Guyton,
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Come on, Chair.
That motion
Yes.
passes 5-0.
All right, very good. So let us,
All around, yeah.
now let us take the vote for the budget itself. Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Davis Panir.
Madam Chair, before we,
Yes.
can we, so that we're clear, we're voting now on the budget as amended with the,
As amended,
Yes.
but we haven't picked where that extra $50,000 is coming from. That should be in the amendment. Can the executive director make a recommendation on where he's gonna get that
It's
50,000?
10, actually, it's 10.
And whatever that money
Yeah,
is?
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
It's just 10. It's just 10. My math is just telling me it's 10. So
Yes.
we'll figure out where that, and we can definitely
Gotcha.
work with staff and discussing where that 10,000, just as long as that's passed, we'll move forward with the budget.
Okay.
All right, very good. So when we just voted on that, that was the amendment, right?
yes,
So now we vote on the actual budget
as amended.
Amended.
as amended. Madam Clerk, let's go.
Commissioner Davis Panir. Yes. Commissioner Guyton,
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes,
That motion passes 5-0.
very good. Let's go to the next item, please.
Item 7B, resolution number 2025-21, authorizing the executive director to execute an interlocal agreement between Lake Worth Beach CRA and the Rivera Beach CRA for the HUD Pro Housing Grant, including funding of $4.4 million and other necessary agreement. The acceptance of public comment cards are now closed. Madam Chair, we have no comment cards.
So move.
Second.
Second. All right.
Yes, Mr. Mercies?
Thank you, Chair. This item stipulates an agreement with Lake Worth Beach CRA to qualify for a HUD grant. We're excited about this grant opportunity. We do need to make a commitment to about $4.4 million in regards to the grant itself. It is a match grant, and it is a match grant that needs to be budgeted for the next 5 years. So we are seeking approval for this. This grant will focus on infrastructure improvement throughout the CRA and the city within Riviera Beach.
Very good. Any questions about this agreement, interlocal agreement? Hearing none. Madam Clerk, go.
You got to be kidding me.
Go ahead.
I was getting ready to go ahead and do the vote. I was.
Madam Clerk, you call the question, please. Call the vote. And
Madam
this-
Chair,
Yes,
would you repeat that, please?
I need you to call the vote for 7B.
Commissioner Davis Panir,
Yes.
Commissioner Guyton, Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Spiritus, Chair Lanier.
Yes.
That vote passes 5-0.
Let's,
7C, Resolution Number 2025-11, approving the proposed term sheet related to a lease agreement with Rafiki Tiki LLC with the Revere Beach CRA. The acceptance of public comment cards are now closed. Madam Chair, we have no comment cards.
So move.
Second.
Thank you, Chair. At this time, I'd like to move forward to Chris Smith to further elaborate on this item.
Madam Chair, if you may.
yes,
So you've all received a copy of the term sheet that we're proposing. Right now, the lease for Rafiki Tiki is up next year, but we're looking to renegotiate the lease and extend it with the 5-year extensions, 3 5-year extensions. We have the 22.50 cents per square foot. It allows for the expansion of Rafiki Tiki. You've received a supplement of considered cost for an expansion that is investing into the amount, which comes to about $1.5 million. You should have received that. We requested that amount because with the marina renovations coming along, if something was to happen and we needed to reimburse, we wanted to know an amount up front. So we received those amounts, 1.5 million that he's investing into the business. And again, this is a term sheet for us to go further and do a lease if it's this board's pleasure.
Chair.
yes, go ahead, sir.
So, Council Smith, can you explain the exit ramp in this agreement?
The exit ramp, Chair, excuse me, I'm sorry about that.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. The exit ramp includes the opportunity for Dimitri, once development is identified, the developer would to string up a conversation with Dimitri, and Dimitri would discuss how much his construction costs are. He has provided an itemized construction cost list to us, and that was emailed to you all today.
Okay, Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
So are we going to get receipts during the construction period to verify the construction costs?
That is part of the agreement, yes.
Okay, and if we give notice, how long would he have to stay or move out?
We can, Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
we can build within the agreement that it would be a 90-day term for him to move out of that space. We would look to form that agreement with them.
All right, Chair.
Go ahead.
Hopefully, Dimitri will not be going anywhere, hopefully, or he will be staying on this site. We appreciate everything he's done. We're looking forward to his expansion. And thank you for coming up with a good agreement. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
I have a question. I have a problem, actually. Tell me what happens if we have a developer that comes in. We're in the RFP phase for our marina. A developer comes in and says they want to raise the entire event center because they have ideas of maybe a hotel and an event center included. How does that work? Because putting money into this now, and the RFP is out.
Yes.
You're putting money into something where you get a developer and they're going to come and say, we want something different here. So how does that work? Because what happens is that we are stuck holding the bag at that point because we have a situation where we got a person with a 5-year lease and we have to buy them out basically. So I'm saying that we need to wait because we don't even know what the new developers are going to do with this space at all. That was the purpose of doing the RFP, was to give us ideas of how this whole Marina Village would look. And I'm sure there may be proposals that say this goes inside of a hotel. I don't know that. But what I do know is that I don't want to be left holding the bag in 5 years because I know that because this RFP is out and it's supposed to be back when?
I'm sorry, people.
The RF, when is it supposed to end? The
Yes.
RFP is due in November. I'm not sure what the specific date is, but in
Oh,
November.
that's this year. And you get, by December, we've chosen a developer. And then, what we've chosen raises the whole thing here.
We'll have that developer, meeting with that developer by January, yes.
Chair?
Wait, hold on a second. I'm not finished. So that is my reservation with this. Because we're I would approve a month-to-month lease because we don't know what's going to happen here. And then have this gentleman spend $1.5 million fixing it up and they want to tear it down. What does that do? I just need to get some clarity here because it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make sense that we have an RFP out that's going to come back in November with the potentiality of a developer tearing this whole thing down. But then you're asking this gentleman for $1.5 million to make upgrades. And then now you've made upgrades. We got to pay that money back to him. Because like I said, they may knock the whole thing down. I'm not saying that's a possibility. No, we're saying that's a possibility. But I don't want to get us caught in that situation where we got a 5-year lease. We pick a developer in December, January, and they say, listen, we want to take this whole thing down, and then we got to pay Mr. Dimitri 4.5 years of rent because he has to go. So it just doesn't make any sense to me how we are making a decision on 5 years when we got an RFP out for a whole $300 million for this whole village, and we about to give somebody a 5-year lease. That doesn't make sense to me at all. And if anything, we would give him a month-to-month because why would he put his money into this? His 1.5 million versus 300 million. Guess who we gonna pick? That means that we're looking at making sure that the developer for this $300 million is going to get everything that they can out of the CRA to be able to make this project work. And if we have a holdout with Mr. Demetrius sitting there with 4 years left saying, I'm not leaving until y'all pay me, not saying he would do that. I'm just saying those are potential scenarios when you have an RFP out on the street and you're asking somebody to come and put money into a building that may or may not be here after you choose a developer. So I'm having some real heartburn with this. And it's more so with this man investing his money. So it just doesn't make any sense to me that we have something that's 5 years where we could do it month to month so we can see exactly what's going to happen with this new developer.
Madam Chair?
Who's that? Attorney.
No, it wasn't me, but
But you
just to
can
comment,
adopt the
there's no need for a month-to-month. His lease is not up till next year, December, so there's no need
His lease is
for a
not up until
month-to-month.
December 2026.
Yes, ma'am.
So why are we talking about this now? You got me going on this whole rant about what's going to happen, and the thing is not even up for a whole year and a half. Come on, people.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so question to the executive director, Merzius. The 5-year lease, that's cancelable, right? With a 90-day notice?
We can make it that way. Remember, this is the term sheet, so we can put that as part of the lease.
Because it was my understanding that we were going to be able to cancel the lease by giving notice, it could be 90 days, and that whoever the developer was that we choose to do this project would have to reimburse Dimitri for whatever he put into the building from this point on, as part of the expansion, and not for any old development, but for the expansion, which he's saying is going to be approximately 1.5 million. But that would not be the responsibility of the city. That would be the responsibility of the developer doing the marina project and requiring that Dimitri move out of that space.
Are you asking a question?
I'm asking council and the executive director. I mean, those were the suggestions I made at the CRA meeting and one-on-one with the executive director. Are those going to be in the agreement?
Chair,
Yes, go ahead,
we
sir.
can include that in the agreement.
Madam Chair.
Yes, go
So
ahead.
we would be negotiating on behalf of Dimitri with the new developer? Like,
Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
we will not be negotiating with, that is something that the developer would be sitting down with Dimitri and discussing with him. Um,
So you're telling me that we're going into this RFP asking a developer we don't even know yet to negotiate with somebody else that's already here? That is ludicrous to me.
Madam Chair?
Hold on a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on a second. This kind of upsets me because we're talking about 1.5 million of this man's money. And he put his money into this place and then the developer said, you know, we don't even want this. So now we have to reimburse him 1.5. Now, if we don't have to reimburse them 1.5, well, what is the use? What is the reason why you would do that anyway? Even if we did have to reimburse it, why would you do that? Why would you put in $1.5 million and it may or may not hold? And you got a lease that's up a year and a half from now. So yeah, I have real heartburn with this. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's not fair to this restaurateur to be that in the middle like that. And then that puts us in the position with new developers to say, hey, you know, we got somebody already there. It's basically like grandfathering this man in. That is not how we do business. That is my spiel. Go ahead, Dr. Guyton.
I'm gonna defer to the mayor, then I'll speak.
Yes, go ahead, Mayor.
Thank you. And Madam Chair, you actually made some excellent points because those were the exact concerns. But I just want to make sure that we remind the board, we had this discussion back in 2021. And at the time, our executive director said that this project was included and encompassed within the solicitation. Yet we're in 2025 and it's still dirt inside our marina. I don't have a project, a developer, or anybody at the table yet. And I have a ready, willing, and able body that wants to create a eatery within the mainland of our community and the indoor space. I want us to try to support Mr. Dimitri, who has been a vested partner with the community for many years. The things that I do want to do, and I want to address and opine on your concerns as well. I had the same heartburn with the 1.5. So to safeguard the CRA in the city, we do have a sheltered market of owners reps that we could actually assign to this project to oversee the cost. Mr. Saloom is going to provide us with receipts and documentation, but we can review it. He's promised us that he's going to provide and hire locals to build out the space. And if he keeps his cost down, which is it actually, I believe this is a little inflated of a cost, this reimbursable cost will not be a burden to the city. It will be to the developers that are coming in and a built out space. So the space will be built out sufficient to what we need to see because as we noticed, we still have dirt inside the space next to Rafiki Tiki, and we still have an unfinished waterfront patio space that we were actually just up next to a few minutes ago, looking at the intercoastal. These spaces we have to build out. So our staff has done a phenomenal job, and I'm just thankful that they finally were able to bring this to the table because we've been advocating for a while. And I know the concerns, Madam Chair, that you have, and we just don't want to see any delays or progress. But Mr. Saloom has decided to invest into the community. He wants to put his money up to actually, of course, make money. It's a profitable business, as we know. But we're coming in at market rate. We can no longer waste time not generating revenue from the space, and he's building it out. And then the cost is then going to be conveyed to the development community to come in and either, with the options, giving him 90 days to vacate, keeping him as an anchor restaurateur, or buying him out. And that's why I want to make sure that we're protecting the dollar amount. So when the developers do come, it's not an inflated price. His receipts plus a owner's rep reviewing the expenditures for the build out will make sure we keep the cost affordable for building it out and put us in a position to be fiscally sound and get the building done and not wait. Because as you know, and Madam Chair, you were the #1 advocate that we don't want any delays on this marina. And you were, I support you and see that you were strong about trying to make sure we weren't wasting time on the marina. I don't want to waste any more time by going and waiting for a potential developer when we have one right here and available right now, who wants to invest into a restaurant currently. So that was my spiel, Madam Chair, but thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
And go ahead, sir.
um, I'm, I'm baffled because we're sitting here talking like, this has never happened before. When a developer comes in, if he want property that a building is on, residential or commercial, they pay that market price or whatever is negotiated. It's not a real difficult situation. They understand that they're gonna have to pay for whatever is on that property. It's not a foreign process. We're talking like somebody's going to be stuck with this and stuck with that. No, 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 no. The developer understands that he's going to, or she, or that company is going to pay that market price or whatever he invested into it. Um, I'm strongly prepared to move forward because it's dirt over there that's been there for over 10 years. And that's an embarrassment. And he's about to improve that. Also, part of this agreement, he wants to get more seating capacity on the outside, which generate more foot traffic in this area. This is a good deal. We need to move forward, and we're procrastinating, and I really don't understand why. Because developers going to come in and pay the cost for whatever they're trying to buy. We're not going to be stuck with that. And that's common practice. And I'm not sure why all of this discussion about all of these unknowns when developers come in all the time, buy the building, pay the market price, or negotiate a price, and move on. We're not going to lose anything. If they want to knock this building down, they're going to pay us. They're going to pay the city what we paid or what the market price is. No, they understand that. That's just common practice. So we're not going to lose anything. Dimitri is not going to lose anything. He can negotiate the price there. So I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to go and to take a vote. And this has been a good businessman, been in our community for years, doing a lot in our community, and I don't think we need to procrastinate anymore. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
why did this come before us this early if it's not expiring until next year?
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
There was a unsolicited proposal that was submitted by the Rafiki Tiki LLC earlier this year. I believe we heard this in February. We looked to gain some type of opinion from the board then. We brought it back to the board, I believe, in June or July, and here we are looking to go ahead and do it again at this period.
All right, thank you.
So we got an unsolicited proposal for the other space. And that was one of the issues that I had too, because this still should have went out to bid. That's the first thing. The second thing is, you're saying that developers come in and they get buildings and they pay for it, but it hasn't happened in this city. And what they've gathered from this city in terms of a building, nobody was in it. Put it that way. So now we have a situation where, and I'm not, about to belabor this because I don't agree with it, and I've never have agreed with it because I think that it is putting the cart before the horse in terms of the development of this marina. So that's my spiel. Anybody else has any thing they want to say about this?
Yeah, Chair.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
So, Executive Director and Council, I would just make sure that in the lease agreement, that you make sure that there's no penalty to the city if the lease is canceled. That it's canceled, it's canceled. But I agree with, Member Guyton that this is normal in real estate development. The developer will pay the price, whatever the costs are. That's why we're trying to make sure that the costs are the right numbers, that we have the receipts and we know what the numbers are during the construction period, that the staff keeps those numbers, and Dimitri, of course, will keep the receipts. The developer may just find a new location for Dimitri on the site, and they may just do a flip. They'll work that out between themselves. That will not be the CRA's responsibility. We're just permitting someone to improve a destination point that everyone loves here in the city. Uh, and hopefully, uh, things will work out for him and he'll stay here on the site in one place or another, maybe the same place, maybe another place. But I think it's a good opportunity for us, especially if Dimitri's willing to take the risk of the 1.5 million. We're not taking that risk. The developer would have to buy him out. And that will be in any agreement when we accept whatever proposal we have. We're going to make sure that we include in that agreement, I assume, that if they want the Rafiki to move, that they're gonna have to pay the construction costs from this point on in order for us to pull the lever on the cancellation of the lease.
Okay, very good. Any other questions in regards to this item?
I have a question, Madam Chair. So the lease has to be 5 years? I mean, because I foresee that development will take a while before it gets started. So I would hate for the space to be empty and for us not to be able to, have Mr. Dimitri use it. Does it have to be a 5-year lease?
Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
that is to the pleasure of the board. Whatever the board sees fit for this specific agreement. It's not set in stone that it's 5 years, but that's the suggested, that's the suggested terms within the term sheet.
Okay. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Davis Panir,
Can you tell me can you read the resolution again for me, please? What we doing?
Resolution number 2025-11, approving the proposed term sheet related to a lease agreement with Rafiki Tiki LLC with the Revere Beach CRA.
All right.
Madam Chair, for me.
Yes, go ahead.
So what this vote is approving the resolution for us to move forward and create a lease with the changes in mind that were mentioned tonight. This would be for us to put together a lease and then bring that back before the commission also.
Okay, thank you. That's clarification because I really do want to read that lease before it's, implemented. So I'll say it. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Director.
She's waiting on you?
Oh, no, he.
Chair, I was going to ask if we could get some type of, Commissioner Davis Panir did ask on the terms, the time length. Is there anything that you guys would like to see within that when it comes to the time?
Month to month.
No, but isn't that gonna be negotiated once we vote? It's coming back to you. That's it. We're putting the cart before the horse.
No.
Only thing we're doing now is sending it to you to negotiate.
Yes, all
And
right,
then
so we got it. Now let's call the
Yeah,
question because
so-
we hit this. Let's go. Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Davis Panir,
Yes.
Commissioner Guyton,
Yes,
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
No.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
No.
That motion passes with Vice Chair Miller that motion passes 3-2 with Vice Chair Miller Anderson and Chair Lanier dissenting.
All right, very good. Next item.
7D, resolution number 2025-20, supporting the request of Related Urban Development Group to extend the ground lease financing to expiration period for Element 7, which is set to expire October 1st, 2025. The acceptance of public comment cards are now closed. Madam Chair, we have no comment cards.
Thank you. Mr. Mercier?
Chair, thank you. We would like to present to Related. Related is looking to extend their obligation for the ground lease that is set to.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mercier, I'm so sorry. She read the resolution and then we didn't have a motion and a second.
Excuse me, sorry about that.
So moved. Second. Okay, now go ahead.
Chair, thank you. Related is set to ask the board to receive an extension for their ground lease finance, which is set to expire in October 1st, 2025. We have virtual representatives from the Related Urban Group. Are you guys here?
Yeah, good evening.
Great.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, good evening, Madam Chair and Board. Yes, as the director mentioned, the reason for this request is, as you know, we've been working along with your staff and the team to get our site plan and zoning finalized. There's been a lot of discussions as it relates to this turn lane into the site, into the marina. We finally got everyone on board, FDOT, Palmtran, the City Public Works Department, everyone. We've modified the plans and it will be, it might have been already uploaded in the system a little earlier today. But that's the reason for that. We need to get the site plan approval. The hope is that we've now addressed all of the comments, and prior to the end of the year, we should have come back for a final site plan approval process for element 7. So that's the reason for the request.
so what is the need for the extension? Why, what happened?
Yeah, so the contract says that we have to get a site plan approval and that we have to get our financing by October 1st. We obviously can't get financing if we don't even have an approved site plan. So that's the reason for that.
Okay.
Chair?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Director Merzius, doesn't the agreement say that they had 3 years to develop all 3 buildings from the date that we executed the agreement?
Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I'll ask that related opine on that or answer that question.
The agreement had different milestones. The first milestone was to get a site plan approved. The second milestone is to get financing and ultimately to then close on that financing and start building the project. We've been over a year trying to get the site plan portion approved. So we hope, like I said, we hope to have now, with all of the discussions that have been had with this turning lane, we've made all the modifications that have been requested of us with our professionals. Once that gets submitted, once that gets approved, then we can start step 2, which is the financing part of the process and the permitting process. We can't start construction drawings when we don't have the site plan approved.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So I don't get this. Do we have an agreement that says 3 years for the development of those 3 towers or not? Maybe council can answer that for us.
Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
I believe based off of Mr. Milo, it's in different portions or in different arrangements for that lease agreement.
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
So I don't quite understand this. I mean, I understand the request for extension. I get that. I understand the turning lane. I understand having to go through the process of planning and zoning. I mean, everybody has to go through that process for entitlements. Clearly, that had to have been taken into consideration when we did the 3 years. It takes basically 24 months to build a building like this, and they get 1 year basically to get their entitlements. I can understand the 6-month extension for the time that our staff, and I agree with our staff for the turning lane, coming from West Palm and getting into that area. And I appreciate related working with staff on that. I'm not 100% understanding, is it 3 years or is it not 3 years?
Yes,
Do we
sir.
give an extra
It was
6
3
months?
years. Dr. Spurs, it was 3 years and 3 pieces. Phase 1 was entitlement, phase 2 is financing, phase 3 is, and permitting and closing. Unfortunately, it's taken a very lengthy time to get to this process. So as we're here today, we resubmitted our entitlement process. So the hope is that by the end of the year, we would have our site plan and our entitlements in place. Then we can move to do construction drawings, get a permit from the city, and concurrently get our finance.
Sure.
Yes, go ahead.
So it's a little hard to understand what's being said. It would have been better if we had someone here in person to speak to us and speak to these terms. And I appreciate the related group. I know everyone there. I think they're all good people. But I'm just trying to understand what the agreement says and what the extension that they're asking for is. It was a 3-year agreement to go through entitlement and build all 3 towers. I remember we had this discussion on, in the very beginning on the day that we executed the agreement and we approved it. Director Merzius, how much time additional are they asking for? Is it 1 year? Is it 6 months? What was it, a 1-year extension they're asking
Yeah.
for?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you,
Mercy.
Commissioner. They are asking for a year extension. They assume that because they are on that entitlement path, they are now taking a look at that right turn lane and gaining the permit approvals and items such as that they will be ready for that October 1, 2026 deadline.
So, Chair, can I
Yes,
follow
go
up,
ahead.
please?
Yes, go ahead.
So, I'm trying to understand, are they going to, we have a groundbreaking, correct? Coming up on
Chair?
on 7?
There's a groundbreaking, and you stole my thunder. There's a groundbreaking that's happening September 29th for Element 8. This is the
And 7.
groundbreaking that is, this is for the entitlement for Element 7.
Okay, I get a little suspicious when the affordable housing building seems to be ready to come out of the ground and they have the financing, of course, that came through, the state, the county, and tax credits. When you're talking about a market rate building, I get a little concerned because they're not getting money from anywhere else but themselves. And they were a little hesitant when we brought up the 3 years for all 3 buildings in the very beginning. I'm not so sure I would approve an extension at this point. I'd rather see how far they get into their construction plans for the other 2 buildings and then come to us and tell us where they're at. And then maybe we can give an extension at that point when we see more money being spent because it costs a lot of money, to do construction plans and your site plans and everything else. When we see that money being spent and we see them moving through the entitlement process at that point, I would then be likely to support an extension. But I just want to see more happening before we just go ahead and give them 1 year.
Chair?
Any other?
We do have a representative from Related Tech can opine to those points.
Okay, go ahead. About 3 minutes, sir.
Madam Chair, and forgive me, Albert, I'm just going to cover this real quick. For the record, Brian Seymour, I am an attorney for Related. They have a lease attorney. This is, if we don't extend the financing period tonight, then there's nothing more we'll never get to construction plans. So the extension of the financing period is to give us the year to get through this. So what happened was we had a site plan submitted, came back, and there was discussions of and I know Albert talked about this a little bit, but because it was on the Zoom, I'm going to squeeze it down a little, but there was a question of a right turn lane dedication and then ultimately design, which now we had to get with DOT. That took several months. So we got delayed. During that time, we were going forward, continuing the work on Element 8, which is why Element 8 got done and finished. This is not a question of whether financing can be obtained. This is just a function of when, because we don't have anything we can finance now because we don't know what it looks like. So all this is asking tonight is the time to get through the site plan so we can know what we need to finance. We will get the finance. We're talking about Related. I'm not worried they're going to get the financing. And so it's just a function of the timing of the lease and the fact that our site plan got delayed because we've had to revise. I actually was texting my planner about what he's submitting. He said he's submitting the revised site plans tonight. But because we had to redesign the entire site, the entire building and everything that went into it, it caused a multi-month delay. That's the only thing we're talking about. So we're asking for a financing extension. And then as we move, we go forward. If we get our site plan approval in 4 months and we can get our financing in 6 months, that would be great. But we want to give ourselves the time to work through this process because we've just done a major revision to the site plan. Unfortunately, if we don't do that tonight and we wait, as suggested, there will be nothing to do because the financing period is about to end.
Okay, Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
So I understand the financing period, and I have no problem with the financing period. I just want to make sure that the entitlements are moving forward. I would maybe tie the extension into a date from when your site plan is approved, or that you get your site plan within a certain time period for the extension to go into action. I just want to make sure that you don't slow down while you're going for your financing. I want to make sure that you're continuing to move forward through the entitlement phase.
We agree wholeheartedly, and we would love nothing more than for the city to give us a firm date of when we can get our entitlements.
I can only tell you that they are on me regularly. In fact, Monday there was a call. There was then a request yesterday for an update on the submittal. I mean, we are pushing that for sure. The entitlements, unfortunately, aren't completely in our hands. It's always the issue you have with these sorts of things, right? I want to be very clear. This is not a statement about your staff not doing their jobs. They're all doing their jobs. It's just that there's a lot of back and forth that goes into this. But we're absolutely committed. I'm committed. My staff is committed. Albert and his staff, everybody is pushing to get this thing done as quickly as possible.
Chair. So are you using CAP?
I'm sorry?
Are you using a CAP to do your review, or is the city doing the review for you?
The city is doing the review. I mean, we're not at a construction plan. So a third-party provider for construction drawings is, we haven't even talked about that yet because we don't have anything to have looked at. But the current review, the site plan review is city staff review.
Okay, I'm asking that because, very often municipalities bring in a third party for the site plan review as well. So our staff is handling that in-house.
Correct.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
just, one quick, you mentioned Palm Tran. Are you waiting on anything from Palm Tran? Well, you didn't mention it, your colleague did.
There was a Palm Tran stop. We had to work through the Palm Tran stop when we start putting in the right turn lane.
Yeah, but are you waiting now for anything from Palm Tran?
I don't believe we have any more issue with where the stop's going to be. We won't know for sure until we get the resubmittal done, but the discussions based on the review, and I talked to my planner about that, indicated that we're resolved with Palm Tran. They will get another review when they get the new plan sets. I can't promise they're not going to give me a different comment, but right now I think we feel like we're in pretty good shape because that was part of the discussions as this whole thing was going on with the right turn lane.
That's the question. Now, you said that you're waiting for the city to review your resubmittal.
We're getting the resubmittal now. I mean, potentially literally this exact second. John is my planner's
So you haven't submitted the resubmittal yet?
Not the current one.
Not the current one.
Right, it's being resubmitted right now, and then the city will have their review period based on the new design, which includes the right turn lane.
How soon before you would actually submit it? Not saying we're going to or currently. When would you submit it actually to the city?
Tonight.
Tonight.
I have that. Yeah, I asked John. I texted my planner. When is it being submitted? And he said tonight.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sure.
Thank you.
Can we entertain possibly a 6-month extension subject to an additional 6 months if you meet certain criteria?
I'd have to defer that to related on the timing.
I have no issue with that, Dr. Curtis, and I think that the metric should be the criteria that we have our entitlements approved by the city by those 6 months.
I didn't understand.
I couldn't understand that. So
what he was saying was that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Albert, if he could agree to the 6-month extension if he knew he would get the site plan within 6 months. So I guess I'll phrase it a little bit differently, maybe to say a 6-month extension, but it would be another 6 months automatic. We don't yet have our site plan approval. I I think that might be the way to phrase it. Because it's not completely in our hands, we want to be a little careful about that. I think that's the premise.
Well, could we make it 6 months? And if your site plan's approved within that time period, obviously you won't need more. And then we can go month to month until your site plan is approved?
Month to month is awfully difficult.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna be over 6 months.
That's hard to manage, right? Like, it's hard to get consultants, everybody kind of working like that. This is a 400 unit site plan. This is, I mean, the current project that's closing now that you mentioned for the groundbreaking, Charlemagne 8, that's an $80 million project. I mean, this is, almost 3 times the size. So I think, if we do 2 increments of 6 months, then everybody understands that. Again, we had a site plan approved for the record that we submitted. It was subsequent to that when we were asked for these changes for the turning lane, and we had to go and redo the site plan that was submitted. So we're now at that point, like you heard, it'll be submitted tonight, and hopefully we can get that reviewed in a timely fashion. And as soon as we have our entitlements, then we can move to construction drawings and finance.
And I think, Dr. Spiritus, if in our best case scenario, if we got the staff approval in 30 days, which we won't, because this plan has dramatically changed, but let's assume 30 days, then we get on an agenda for the first public hearing, then the next public hearing and the next. We're 3 months out before we could get the approval to start talking about construction plans. We couldn't get the construction plan drawn in the 3 months to then get the financing within that 6 month period anyway. That's part of the concern, and that's where the timing, I think, came from.
Chair? Okay, so I would have no problem with the 6 month extension, and with an additional 6 month extension if the site plan is not approved by P&Z and the council. At that point, I would hope that within 6 months, this city could get a site plan approved for these projects. If we don't, we're in big trouble with all the other projects that we have on the drawing board right now. So I think that we're gonna have to work with the city manager. Obviously, we are the city council, and I think that we're gonna have to work with staff to make sure that we can get these things done within the 6 month period.
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. One thing I do agree about, we have to just stay on top of staff to make sure we're holding them accountable. And we know that the development process has been a lengthy process at times. I believe that the developer will come in and get this done within this time frame, and I have no problem supporting this 12-month period. I do believe that we just need to stay on top of staff and make sure that we have the conversations, have the discussions, and get quarterly updates so we know exactly what's going on. So if we can have staff and related CRA director just giving us updates every quarter to make sure this is staying abreast to what's happening. I think that's part of the issues and the pitfalls we've had before. We've just given extension after extension. I do believe in this team that's going to actually get this done, because we're going to be going with our groundbreaking, and I'm hopeful that someone will be announcing that tonight. That's coming up at the end of this month. So we have phase element 8 that's going to be groundbreaking from the same team. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of growth, and there's about $2 to $3 billion of development in the pipeline. So staff is going to be the vital priority to focus on and making sure that they're prepared for these developers that are coming in, and we need to be prepared as a community. Director Merchants, we will talk about the community benefits, the funding and the support, local participation, and all of that. But with this item, I want to make sure that we support this 12-month period and make sure that we're getting reports on this on a quarterly basis. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Very good. You want to offer a motion for amendment to 6?
Yeah, I make a motion that we give a 6 month extension to related on section 8. And I also say that if their site plan is not approved by the P&Z and the city council at that 6 month period, we'll give them an additional 6 month.
Madam Chair, we've got to dispense of the first motion.
No, he's adding an amendment to this.
Huh?
An amendment he's adding to this.
All right, I'm making an amendment.
So moved. Or second, I should say. That's for the 6 months, then another 6 months. How do we proceed? Want to vote on that one? Okay, let's go. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Commissioner Davis Panir,
Yes.
Commissioner Guyton,
No.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes.
That vote passes 4-1 with Vice Chair Miller Anderson dissenting.
That is not true.
Right.
Why you say it like that?
Sounds like.
No. He said no. Oh.
No.
All right, very good. So we got that. Now let's come back with the motion. No, we got it then. That's it. But,
Amended motion passed.
yeah, amended motion passed.
Amended motion.
That suffices. Yes. Okay. Now, we have not had public comment and we're gonna have to have
Okay.
public comment.
Chair. I think they have one more.
Amended the resolution. Now you got to vote on the resolution after that.
Okay.
So what are you saying?
Go ahead, Chris.
Good. Commissioner Spiritus amended the resolution, and you just voted to amend it. Now
Yes.
you need to vote to pass the resolution.
All right, very good. Madam Clerk?
Commission,
What? Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Commissioner Davis Panir,
Yes.
Commissioner Guyton,
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Spiritus,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes.
That vote passes 5-0.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I think, I'm sorry, sir. What was your, did you have a quick comment? I want to hear
Brian,
what.
no, I was getting the clarification on what just happened because I wanted to make sure whether that was the motion on the amendment or whether the motion total. But my understanding, and we'll work through this with staff,
Okay.
obviously, is 6 months plus 6 months.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. How many public comment cards do we have, Ms. Desir?
Madam Chair, we have one comment card.
Non-agenda items, speakers. Public comment shall begin at 7:30 unless there is no further business of the City Council or the CRA, which in that event it shall begin sooner. In addition, if an item is being considered at 7:30, then comments from the public shall begin immediately after the item has been concluded. Please be reminded, the CRA Board of Commissioners has adopted rules of decorum governing public conduct during official meetings, which has been posted at the front desk. In an effort to preserve order, if any of the rules are not adhered to, the Commissioner Chair may have any disruptive speaker or attendees removed from the podium, from the meeting, and/or the building if necessary. Please govern yourselves accordingly. Madam Clerk?
Doretta Polk,
We're so sorry about the time frame, Ms. Paul.
Good evening. My name is Doretta Park, and the time frame is very, very extensive and long, especially for a senior like me. But anyway, we do have to do the business of the city, and I just want to commend the director of the CRA, Mr. Mercies, of his phenomenal job that he has been doing for the city, and also all his employees, Miss Anita Jenkins, also Mr. Nehemiah Spence, and Mr. Stewart, and all the ambassadors, and also Mrs. Nugent, and all the other young ladies and men that's sitting here doing a marvelous job, and I thank you all. And I wasn't to the last CRA meeting, but I do want to make a comment because it was voted, I guess, 4-1 to have the mayor sit on the diocese of the CRA. The attorney already stated that prior to this particular mayor, in the past, we have had 2 different mayors sit on the CRA. So I don't know what that objection was for. We all have to work together. And I don't think, since the mayor doesn't have a vote, I don't think his opinion should have been suppressed. And I just want to make that comment. We all got to work together because I know how certain people can try to suppress your opinion or whenever you have a comment. But we have to work together. and we have to be kind to one another. And I thank you all very much. And I'm glad that you all are considering that maybe putting, if you have a closed executive meeting, maybe putting that on another date, because this is very late for 3 different meetings, and you all are being involved, and plus the citizens, there's really no one here. So my suggestion is that you all do consider, our feelings and, our well-being, in which you all are doing a marvelous job. But if you can put that on a different date, that'd be great. I thank you all very much for all you all do for all the citizens of Riviera Beach. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you. Are there
That-
any, are
that
there
is
any
good.
comments by the executive director?
Chair, thank you. September 29th, we do have our Element 8 groundbreaking ceremony. We would love for the board, community residents, along with staff to be there during the Element 8 groundbreaking ceremony. I believe that this is a huge, 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 huge occasion. Looking forward to the event, looking forward to everyone being there to celebrate with us. Thank you.
Thank you. General Counsel,
None, Madam Chair.
any statements by the commission?
Chair, yes.
You almost said it. Yes, go ahead, Dr.
Yes, I
Sears.
just want to advise the board, and hopefully the board will concur, that I would like to work with staff to amend the zoning regulations in the CRA district on Singer Island to make it consistent with the CRA's master plan.
What do you want to do?
I didn't hear him. What did you say you wanted to do?
I want to make the zoning consistent with the city, with the zoning in the CRA district consistent with the CRA master plan.
Wait.
So we
Madam
put it
Chair,
on another agenda?
I think we need to have a discussion about that to better understand what the purpose is.
Yeah, I don't have the agenda.
But I'm not agreeing right now to have him working with staff and go change the
Right.
zoning, and we need to have a discussion about what's that.
Okay, excellent. And also too, I wanted to entertain the board on having oral presentations for the site at 19th Street. The reason why I asked that is because this is an unsolicited proposal that was put out twice. It's a contemplation of selling that piece of land. So I would like to definitely hear from all of the people who throw their hat in the ring for this project.
Chair,
Yes,
we'll begin to work on that.
I'm sorry?
We'll begin to work on it. You're asking for
Oral
an
presentation.
oral presentation of what
Given that-
needs to,
Yes.
we'll
yes.
work on that. We'll get that going.
Whoever submitted, because this is a unsolicited proposal, we've never had that.
And you're speaking on the 1851 project?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm in full accordance with you. So you are asking that those developers that did submit proposals come in for a presentation. Will do.
Excellent. Any other comments?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Mr. Walter, we would like to make the announcement about the Youth Council. Just want to remind everyone that the application period is still open until September 20th. This Saturday at the library at 11 a.m., we'll have an interest meeting. Remember, ages 14 to 18. Oh, that isn't the most current one. So ages 14 to 18, grades 9 through 12, you must also have a 3.0 and be a Riviera Beach resident.
Very good. Any other announcements? We are adjourned.